fresh out of the Fresh Fest.
Fresh out of the Fresh Fest.
And our man's we met him over there at Fresh Fest. He was getting in over there, man, chilling. And I got to give a big, huge introduction to our man Jayo Felony in the building today. Special guest, Jayo. What's good, man?
Standing with it, bro.
What's up? Welcome to the show, brother.
Man. Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
That's what's up, man.
My pleasure.
Hey, yo, earlier we were talking about contact info and all that stuff, and your man over here, he was like, yo, just Google him. Like, just go to Google and type in Jayo Felony and get it in. So I don't even want to have to go through an intro. So we're just going to, for those people who have been living under a rock for the past, 15, 20 years now, let's get it in. I'm going to start.
You an Asian brother like that?
Nah, not even. I'm saying he's a seasoned vet getting it in.
He is definitely a seasoned
Ain't
vet.
aging nothing. It's classic in here, baby. I'm going to go in here and start going back from the beginning, asking you questions, and then just kind of, we're just going to chop it up, roll it through. When you're the first rapper from San Diego to be signed to a major label.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And when you first signed, it was with Jam Master Jay Records, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peace, my boy Jay, you know what I mean? Put me on.
Definitely, man. How did that come about?
How did that feel? How did that come about?
You know what I'm saying? Looking up to Run DMC when I, was growing up, man, it was lovely. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe it. And, Jay was heavy in the game, so I just started off doing like soundtracks, major soundtracks, and he just seasoned me. You know what I mean? So it was a blessing in the sky. You know what I mean?
So being from SD, which hadn't really even been on the map at all yet, right? To New York, to Run DMC, to Jam. I mean, just like, how did you get and connect with him? How did he see you and spot you and pull you, as a diamond in the rough?
I mean, it was crazy though, but I was actually on the run from YA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real story.
Yeah. East Coast. Yeah. Just lay low for a minute. I was out there in VA, and I just ran into this dude who was going to college out there. Yeah. And he was from Queens, so he took me to Jam Master Jay house.
Damn.
And we just left a tape at his mom's house, and then he rap. He came and scooped me up. You know what I mean? So
that's crazy how
just tuning in. We're on the 93.5 KDAY show, and we're here with the San Diego legend, the West Coast legend, the rap legend himself, Mr. Jayo Felony. And I wanted to get into some things. After you signed with Jam Master Jay, and then when you went to Def Jam, walk us through that experience at Def Jam. I mean, I heard a couple stories from us working at the radio station. Yeah. We can take the fifth, sidetrack it if you want.
I mean, I ain't tripping on nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to push. But I got love for Def Jam. I wish back in that situation when I was over there, I was dealing with Jam Master Jay at first, so it was like he had a lot of the juice over there. It was coming from him. You know what I mean? And then I went on my own because our contracts or whatever I wasn't feeling them, so I went on my own and went directly to Def Jam with Lior, you know what I mean? So when I made that decision, it was like I didn't have somebody like a Rough Riders or a Murder Inc. It was just me solo.
Just you solo.
Back in New York from the West Coast, doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I got gobbled up in that situation, where it was more about these production deals getting done as opposed to you being a solo artist on the label. You know what I mean? So that's when that whole branch came in with all those production deals, and I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the Herb Gotti or the Wild and them, Rough Riders and all that. I didn't have a staff like that, so I could just be the artist and rip and do what I do. And have some niggas handling the business like that you're supposed to, you know what I mean?
So you was basically in a situation where you had to do everything on yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And be the rapper.
So he was the rapper, the publicist, the management team. Yeah. I see what you're saying. There's a lot of people, when we, as KDAY, we play a lot of your stuff, and people ask us, what happened to Jayo Felony? What happened to Def Jam? So now, our listeners and better yet us have a better understanding exactly.
Yeah, okay, but I don't hold nobody at fault because I did have a lot of fun. I did what I did, and I'm thankful that I made myself a household name through it all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful, and I know that if I did have the right representation at the time, I probably would have went further with Def Jam because I wouldn't have had to be the one to fight all the battles all the time. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I could have stayed there because they actually begged me to stay, and I still wanted to leave out my contract. So it wasn't like they dropped me or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It was just I just felt like me being from the West Coast, I wasn't getting the promotions and what I needed to push my records. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So maybe it was like Def Jam's a super East Coast
No, Def Jam is a super East Coast, if I'm correct, label. And they just started dealing with West Coast.
West, but that's just an offer.
I
was signed over there in New York, so I had to go over there and do all, you know what I mean?
There's a mentality over there, right? Like, if you ain't from New York,
yeah, that's right. That's what it's like.
Yeah. You know so then even it translated into that. So Jay, explain it. Let's go back to Jay for a second. Was he a little bit of a mentor and an influence about in the industry and giving you pointers and things on how to rock things?
Yeah, he was showing me how to get down, and basically we was making songs together. You know what I mean? We was in the studio all the time, hanging out. You know what I mean? I used to go to his pad with his wife and kids and sit down and eat dinner. It was a
family.
It was cool. I used to spend the night at his mom's house. Yeah. You know what I mean? Out in Queens all the time. And I used to kick with his family and all that. It was like, man, we was just working together. It was a cool situation, but it was just he had another business partner that wasn't so cool, and ain't nobody like this cat. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
right.
Not just me. It was Onyx. 50, ain't nobody like dude, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was just a funny situation. So I just wanted to do my own thing, keep the conflict down, and keep pushing my line. You know what I mean?
So then jump into Def Jam and then all that stuff that you were saying was going on, like kind of not really repping you like they should have been, kind of. Did you have any mentors there, like Leor at all, or any of those?
Yeah, I mean it was Kevin Lyles and Leor. You know what I'm saying? They really know how to handle business, but it was just me out there rapping. You know what I mean? So even though I was, you know, just doing things with like dudes like Snoop and getting on LL album, and I was still pushing my line as far as me being an MC. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of what they were doing for me, I kept trying to manage to get on different projects that was, you know, like classic stuff. You know what I mean? Like Scarface and Ja Rule albums and different records.
Trying to make it happen.
Yeah, being from the West Coast and not being Snoop or Dre, but still out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Making it happen, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what I wanted to talk about too. Like in '98, Whatcha Gonna Do came out, and you had DMX and Meth on there, right? And so, like, I mean, that's Def Jam Connects, fam, right? But did you feel like being from the West Coast but living over there, or being a part of Def Jam, that you had to like make your own identity? Because you had a few, like you had Cube, Dub C on that album, but like you also had some 8 Ball and MJG. You had a lot more East Coast artists. Did you feel like solo, like, because you're from San Diego and nobody like put you in the LA box? Did you feel you had to prove a West Coast thing, or did you want to just not even be West East, whatever?
Yeah, I just want to make music. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to be labeled as this. You know what I mean, once you put a tag on it, they try to make it from that region. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's a regional record.
I see.
Instead of trying to make records like everybody gonna like it, they gonna as soon as it come on.
It's you, man. Go
ahead. Hey, we here clowning around with Jayo Felony in the building. We having a good time, man. Glad for this brother to come through. Like I said before, we went to play this song, and which is hot. It's hot as always, representing us definitely. My man just got out of jail or whatnot. He was incarcerated, and here at the community show, we try to definitely send a message. We want to get into the young males, the older males, the children, about making positive decisions. And as here at KDAY, what we try to do is try to, you know, better alternative decisions. Jayo, go ahead and tell them firsthand, do something right, son. Do something right.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to. That's the spot you don't want to be. You know what I mean? I know that's the worst thing I hate in my life is being sitting in there and can't go where you want to go when you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just if you like that, then you know.
Hey, you
something right?
Yeah, something right.
Man, because that ain't the spot. You know, I wish I would have handled things different. You know, for the reason I was in there. You know what I'm saying? I got into it with a sheriff or whatever, and dude was, you know, kind of aggressive, so.
Jayo. Hey, we gonna keep you out this time. We gonna help push this album, homie.
Worst thing about it, man, you know, I'm gonna just keep putting out music. That's all I'm gonna do. I got a lot of material already done, and ready to go that no one's heard. So we're gonna just start putting it out there, and you know, I'm in the studio, you know, 24/7.
Solid, man. And you know what, man? The only reason I bring that up is because it's been so long now, and the fans we talk about, we get feedback, and the fans are hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't just bringing stuff up just to bring it up. I'm talking like we need more Jayo music. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna definitely give them some, you know, some real raw, you know what I mean, material. You know, so I got, you know, things for the female. I got a whole bunch of different variety of music that I just want everybody to hear and just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just thankful, man, to be in this situation. You know, I'm definitely gonna give them what they want. So look out for the first of the music coming out probably about the end of December or the beginning of January, February.
I'm gonna tell a story.
Yeah.
We at Fresh Fest.
Right.
Walking them from that long hallway in the back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't even told nobody yet. It took Jayo the longest to walk from the beginning to end than anybody. We walked Daz and Corrupt, we slid through. Yeah. We walked Quick, we slid through. But Jayo, everybody was like, Jayo slid through.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, where he at? Hey, let me get the
with Daz a little bit.
Yeah.
Is all that stuff smashed and gone now?
Yeah, everything's smashed. You know what I mean? I just was backstage with Daz and Corrupt.
Yeah.
You know, the whole show before they rock. You know what I mean? And you know, you move on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than them. It's like, you know, let's link up, make good music, and show everybody that, you know, this don't stop. This is forever. You know what I mean? We dope MCs and making good music ain't gonna never change for as long as we stick together and make it happen and cut all the beat. You know,
We're real proud of you. We seen you definitely making some movies, but I see you talking to Cube a little longer than everybody else. Go ahead and break it down to us what was going on, or what's happening, or the stuff that you can let us know.
Oh no, man! You know, I'm just here to support. You know what I mean? The West Coast.
Keep it in this back.
That's all right. Thanks for being in the house. You know, seeing a legend like that do his thing with my boy Dub. See on the, you know what I mean, on the stage with him, and you know, all those people out there, man, just make me happy to just be a part of what's going on.
Okay.
And you know, check out the new Cube album. You know what I mean? I'm definitely on that joint.
Leak. We heard him on it.
So, you know, thank you for that. You know, being part of what they got going on is a big plus for me. You know, and I'm glad it happened, even though I was sitting in the county. That still, you know, still took place for me. So I'm thankful for that. You know, and man, I'm gonna give them this raw. You know, look for us to be doing more work soon. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Okay.
That's good. You know, like I say, I'm my boy Dub C, E40. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple dogs on the East Coast too, and down south I want to work with. You know what I mean? Especially Redman and Method Man. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Get
the fam back together.
You know what I'm saying? And, peace out. Yeah.
Jayo_Felony Twitter.
Go ahead and follow this dude, man.
Yeah, and the MySpace, you can hit him up. It's myspace.com/Jayo Felony.
Yeah.
You got any questions about this or any other shows we had, you can email us at kdaycommunity@gmail.com, man. Also, look out for my man stuff at the end of November, beginning of December if you want. Ringtones, videos, all that stuff is on ingrooves.com.
Email us. We'll shoot you the links. We'll shoot you his Twitter, and if you're talking right, we'll shoot you his contact.
Right, yeah. They're looking for sponsors.
Yeah.
Right. We getting in, my man Jayo. I appreciate you, man, as always.
Shout out to all the brothers locked up.
Sir, Classic One Trades, 93.5 KDAY. We out.
Peace.
Yeah.